Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll find out about a new resource that faculty can use to try to make college a little bit more affordable for students. And my guest today, Associate Vice Chancellor for Troy Online, Dr. Glynn Cavin. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you very much.
And college affordability, it's always something that you hear about quite a bit. And there's a initiative here on campus that's kind of in its infancy to try to adopt a new way that maybe make things a little bit more affordable for students in the textbook realm. Tell us a little about what y'all are working on at Troy Online to try to help that happen. So.
Well, sure, thank you. Appreciate you having the opportunity to come here and talk a little bit about this. College affordability is indeed very, very important to us. It's gained a lot of attention nationally, and of course here at Troy University, our senior leadership is very interested in it. The deans, the senior vice chancellors, the chancellor, and our board of trustees have all looked at that. One of the ways that we've approached this affordability issue is to look at open educational resources or material that costs less than the traditional textbook that you buy in the college bookstore. It's important because we recognize that college affordability is a barrier for many people to attend school and to complete it. And it especially is important for the online students because traditionally they are working adults and they oftentimes have to decide between their family budget and their school budget. And they shouldn't have to do that. We should do everything we can to try to reduce costs and make it more affordable for more people wherever we can. The textbook initiative, as we've dubbed it here at the university, was adopted by the senior leadership and the board of trustees. And the primary tenet in that policy that they developed is that the initiative should provide for high quality and affordable textbooks. We set up a process to do that where we worked with the colleges and the academic side to look at that and make it more provide more information to the faculty about what's out there. And it's within the faculty's decision process to look at those courses that it might fit into, and they look at things like I mentioned about quality and suitability, because there are some courses where a hardcover textbook is really needed.
Yes.
The students in nursing, for example, like to use Gray's Anatomy.
You want that reference material right there in front of you.
It's right there for them. Graduate students often want the book because they're going to refer to it later on. So it's not always viable for every course, but it certainly is viable for many courses. And it's up to the faculty to make that decision, to make sure the quality is there, and to see what's available. Now, there are a lot of sources available for this open or low-cost material. And one of them is, for example, Rice University has an organization called OpenStax, and they have a peer review process where they edit their material and it's high quality, and they offer it at no cost or low cost depending on what the student wants to do. The student can either get the PDF of the textbook or they can actually go and buy it, the textbook, at a substantially reduced cost. So there's a lot of options available, and each college has a liaison that works with the dean and with the departmental chairs to look at possibilities and see what might be out there. And I can tell you a little bit about Troy too.
Well, and I was going to say, this is something that you deal with Troy Online, but this is something that could potentially find its way working into the terrestrial classes, the traditional classes, because some of these teachers teach both online and offline. So that's something where students who are traditionally enrolled might start seeing some of these benefits as the program grows.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. For example, in the general studies courses, general studies courses are taught both online and face-to-face. And so if the textbook is used in either one of those venues, well, it can be used in the other as well. The low-cost textbooks. So we believe we can save a substantial amount of money. In the summer session for the online courses, T5, we began the program and we had 4 courses with 5 different sections that used open educational resource material, low-cost material. And just with those 136 students, we estimate those students saved about $20,000 in textbook costs.
Yes.
We've already got courses that are beginning with the fall and T1, and some that have already looked at for T2, some instructors that have looked at that. That's going to add another $80,000 to student savings. So in the period of 3 terms, summer and fall, we know we're just going to save at least $100,000.
$100,000.
The students will
Yes.
when they get this material. So,
Well, it sounds like a great
Yeah.
opportunity, and as the program expands, I know faculty out there that are interested, they can contact Troy Online or contact the representatives to try to see if they can get involved
Sure.
with this program. And I want to thank you for joining us today to give us a little bit more information about some textbook affordability. Thanks for joining
Thank
us
you
here
very
today.
much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.